Hey, do you think you can become wealthy with your current job? Do you think you can become wealthy with a 9 to 5 job, with any 9 to 5 job? I have a picture here which I would like to talk about. I found that picture on Instagram and I believe it clearly expressed what I'm trying to make you realize here. Let me read it. The picture reads as followed. I just have it here. My boss arrived at work in a brand new Ferrari. And I said, "Wow, this is an amazing car." He replied, "You work hard enough, put all your hours in, and strive for excellence. I will get another one next year." Do you understand what it means? If you continue working the way you are, performing on a daily basis, he will simply get another one. That means you are not getting rich, he is getting rich instead of you. Before we continue here, I must give credit to that picture to my friends on Instagram. Business Basis. This is the user. I invite you to go and see him. He has amazing posts. When you work for someone else, you help them to get richer while you stay in the rat race. So how can we change this? We need to understand that if we continue working a 9 to 5 job, we are basically exchanging time for money. We already spoke about that. Because there is a limited amount of time in a day, no matter how much you're making every hour, your annual salary is limited. This means that you must look at the different ways to generate money to become wealthy. Robert Kiyosaki explained in his book called Cash Flow Quadrant the solution to this problem. The Cash Flow Quadrant represent all possible paths that people in our society can choose to get their income from. It is important to understand here that all paths are good and you are not necessarily defined by the path you choose. You are not a better person or a worse person depending on the path. However, you must understand that the path you choose will determine if you are in the rat race or not. Keep in mind, no matter the quadrant you are now, it is possible for you to change, to move from one quadrant to another one, or even to be in multiple quadrants at the same time. It's not easy to change from one quadrant to another one, or even to be in multiple quadrants. This will require work, but it is possible. Robert explained that people are at least in one of those quadrants. Here you can see the image here. E for employees, S for self-employees, big for big business, and I for investors. What does this mean? Well, let's check. On the left side, you have employees. This is the most popular part of the quadrant. Basically, when you are an employee, you have a job. You exchange time for money only. You have no leverage on your time, neither on the money you earn. You represent only 5% of the wealth in the society. The quadrant S, self-employees. Those are doctors, lawyers, dentists, contractors, and other of the like. Basically here, you own a job. You are still exchanging time for money, so you're not necessarily better. You have no leverage over your time, neither money. You work for your business instead of having your business working for you. Let's look on the right side now. B, big businesses. Those are businesses like Google, Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, and so on. Those companies do not necessarily require a large workforce, but you must have employees. You cannot work by yourself. Basically here, you own a system. The business works for you. It is scalable Meaning from there, you can continue growing and growing and growing. Those systems and processes are carrying out, making money for the owner, even when the owner isn't working. Remember the Ferrari at the beginning? He has employees, he has system in place, therefore he earns everything. You do not exchange time for money anymore. You are leveraging other people's time to generate money. You only need to maintain those systems and guide employees in the right direction. If the systems are working well, you do not need to be involved anymore. What about S? And this is where I believe we should all go. For example, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Ray Dalio, Benjamin Graham, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Robert Kiyosaki. Basically, those people, of course, they are the best example in the society, but we can become like that even if we are in a smaller scale. But if we become investor, we will enjoy the same lifestyle that they have. When you are an investor, you own investment. Those investments own process and system, and they run by themselves. You are making your money work for you. You do not need to work anymore. The money comes day in and day out, even during nighttime, no matter what happened, even in the context of the society today, when the entire business and market is stopped, the money continue coming in. This is what we're looking for in this channel. It does not matter anymore if you are involved in the process or not. Now that we know this, what can we understand? We know that people on the rat race are part of the E and S quadrants. We know that they are exchanging time for money and have no leverage at all, and therefore their income is limited. Because they have no leverage, they cannot achieve wealth. The most important thing to remember here is you're not trapped in your quadrant. You can change, you can move. This will only require planning and effort. So how can we move, you may ask? Well, I will provide the answer to this in the bonus section. If you like this video, please hit the like button, comment, subscribe. So now we have to ask ourselves, how can we move from one quadrant to the other one? First, you need to have a financial education and a realistic appraisal of your finance. How to get a financial education? Well, right now, go online, YouTube, either traditional at school, go in a seminar, one-on-one training, have a coach. Create a budget. Create a cash flow. We already studied about that in this channel. Look in the card here above to refer to previous video. Set yourself goals. Decide in which quadrant you want to be. Which quadrant you want to get your income and cash flow. Do you want to be in one quadrant? Do you want to be in multiple one? Make the necessary change. Learn to calculate risk. You can start anytime to move quadrant, but the sooner is better. The road for financial freedom and become wealthy is a long journey. So you have to start as soon as possible. Find a way to keep yourself motivated, and this is the most difficult things. Often when you start a side hustle or a company, a business, it will be difficult. People in your own family and friends will tell you that you can't achieve this. But unless you start, you will never get anywhere. You will simply stay where you are. So if you are miserable or having problems or living paycheck to paycheck, you must start with the first step. The first step is the hardest one. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and don't forget to comment. From now until the next video, step that you can do right away, ensure that you have a budget and a cash flow. If you are interested in the stock market example, start reading. Knowledge is the key to start the process. Until then, act now or dream on. Okay, bye.